Hi there. It's been a while since my last video. Hopefully there won't be as much time between this video and the next one. But thank you for your likes and your shares and your comments on that first video and your positive feedback and your constructive feedback. I really appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about a little tip that I've learned that will help with children who interrupt and what you could maybe do about that. I'm sure if you have children or you work with children under the age of 7, you have had to deal with a child who wants his or her needs met right now. So during that stage, from about 2 years old to about 7 years old, children are what we call egocentric. And all that really means is that they can't really see any other point of view outside of their own. So it's really difficult for them to understand another person's point of view. And what that looks like for a lot of kids is this interrupting that happens. They don't really get it that you're in a conversation and you don't want to be interrupted right now, or how you're going to feel if you are interrupted. They don't really understand that. Is it annoying? Heck yes. Is it completely typical and age appropriate for that age? Absolutely it is. So what can we do about that? How can we help them navigate that stage in a healthy way? I spent a brief period of time in a pre-K classroom as a pre-K teacher. So I had about 18 little ones who were all fighting for my attention. So during that time, I learned that if I was engaged in a conversation with an adult or a child, I learned that if I just gently put my hand on the child, on the interrupting child's shoulder, it signaled to them that when I was ready, I would be able to fully listen to what it was that they needed or wanted. And I think that it did take some time for me to just explain to the kids, this is what is happening when I do this. I'm not ignoring you. I'm simply letting you know that when I'm finished, I will ask what it is that you need. And so it took some time for them to understand it, but eventually they got it, and it made for a smoother classroom experience. And I think there were a few things that was happening when they would go along with this technique. I was letting the child or adult that I had been engaged in conversation with know that what you're saying is important, and I want to fully listen to what it is that you're saying. It was also a visual reminder for me to not forget about the child who had interrupted, who needed something or wanted to ask a question. It helped me just physically not forget about that child because I had my hand on their shoulder. It also helped the child who was interrupting to learn a little bit of patience and some self-regulation, enough for them to wait a few, oftentimes extra seconds, for them to get his or her need met. So that's it. I would love for you to maybe try this technique, have a conversation with your kid beforehand, let them know that this is a new thing that you're going to try out and see how it helps your communication. So let me know if you try it and how it worked. In the comments, maybe if there's a technique that you have tried that is different than this and it's worked that you might want to share. Hopefully that will help another person out with their little interrupting one. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.